I think so. Hello, my mom's on here. Hi, old man. What's going on, Dwayne? Hey, Dwayne, is your neighbor selling a semi? I saw it on truck paper the other day that Peter built. Does he? I drove past there, well, just actually a couple hours ago. I got home about 4:30. Is he getting out of trucking, or is he just getting a new truck, or what's the deal? I saw there was a tanker back there. I thought he pulled a flatbed. What are you up to, Mom? Four people on here. Nine people. What's going on? Not much. Gib came over earlier. Yeah, what he brought some rabbits over, didn't he? Yeah, there you go. He brought some rabbits. Thought I'd show you guys some stuff I got from Amazon. I haven't even opened some of it. What did I do with that other thing? Oh, there it is. Good evening, Kevin. I was just going to show some of the stuff I got. There's my heater. My S-bar's been working just fine. Have you got a new haircut? Yeah, what hair I have left, Gib gave me a haircut before I left last week. He just buzzed it off with clippers.
Who messed that?
Huh?
Who messed that?
Who said that?
Yeah.
My mom. She said, have you got
I knew that. I showed her a picture of it.
Oh, she said, have you got a new haircut? So anyway, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I got my S-bar heater quit, and then it started working again. It looks good. Thanks. It's easy to manage. So this is what you get. I've never taken one apart. So you get this gasket, that gasket, and then you get, oh, I didn't even notice there was two of them. You get two little screens, and I think this is the tool that you push them in with, and I think you got to take a pick and dig these out, these little bitty screens. It still smokes some. And then this, how does this work? Oh, I see. And then this is your glow plug. and it's got a little protective thing on it right now. And then this is your socket. You fit it. So yeah, I've never done this, but it's like an oxygen sensor. It fits down over it, and then you put it in like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my new parts in. Hopefully this week. We're supposed to have nicer weather. So, oop, I put it in the wrong. No, I didn't. I don't know. I'll deal with it later. But anyway, that's my new SPAR rebuild kit, I guess you'd call it. But it is working again. This guy's got a cool name. His is Excuse Me, Xcuseme. And he says, "Is your name Jamal? I went to school with you." Yeah, my name's Jamal. I had it changed to something else though later down the road, but yeah, in grade school that's what everybody called me, is Jamal. It's good to see you again on here. Oop, computer went. Used to date now. Yeah, she dumped me though. Didn't work out, unfortunately. What are you, crazy?
What'd you do?
Crazy woman. 17 people on here. I just got home about 4:30. So it's nice to be home. I've been gone for a week. I got a couple things here. The other day I bought new wiper blades at the TA truck service at where was I? Hillsboro, Texas. And a Cascadia's got 24-inch blades. If somebody wants to know, I didn't know what they were. I had to take one off and take it in there. But they were $20.99. That's not bad. I thought they would be a lot more than that. So I've kind of avoided buying anything at the little truck service, TA truck service. Actually, it's a Petro right there. But I guess it still says TA truck service. But yeah, $20.99. I thought that was pretty good. What's up? I love KG, not much. Just I missed the live stream last week. I left on Sunday. Just kind of missed the freezing cold. And so I thought I'd do one this week. Yeah, that's cheaper than Wally World. No kidding. Well, I've got so much stuff here on my desk. I don't know what it just did with it. I just had it. Oh, everything we own needed wiper blades on it. I bought. Where is that? Yeah, my wife's car. It takes 18-inch on one side and 24 on the other. And from O'Reilly, even with my discount, it was $27 a piece. Those are Bosch, and I bought the Goodyear's ceramic. They're the real nice ones, and they had some that were cheaper than that. I think for $15 or something like that. This guy said if I rap, he'll subscribe. I was like, I don't think so.
Give him a verse.
I don't know any verses.
So just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seemed kind of odd. I'm
drinking a cup of coffee at my computer desk. There you go. I can't think anything that rhymes with that. Hey, Mike. How's it going? Oh, I was going to tell you something that I saw up in not up in Illinois, down in Illinois, in Mount Vernon, not Mount Vernon. Yeah, I was in Mount Vernon, but in Marion, Illinois, I saw a car hauling deal. It was a it was a long it was a long truck. Then it had a pup trailer behind it hauling cars. It was a 5-axle setup. I saw 2 of those today, so I wonder if there's some kind of car hauling thing around. For the Trans-Tech system, the fuel savings they advertise is for the entire system, right? I already have skirts and pass-through mud flaps. Yeah, that's whatever I said in that video. I don't remember what it's. I don't remember what they're called, but yeah, that's for the entire system. They've got a couple different systems. Actually, I was telling Kevin the other day. I sent Trans-Tech a email. I was hoping maybe we could do something together because they've got a place in Indianapolis. I thought that'd be pretty cool to go up there and see their place and do something with them together. Do a little advertising for them if it's as good as advertised, but I haven't heard anything back from them. But I'll buy it anyway because if Mesilla Valley, they've got that test track, so it's all independent testing, so that's what they claim. Did you see a Stinger car hauler? Well, that's what I mean. It was an enclosed car hauler, but it was a big long truck, and it was a 3-axle, like a semi, but it was a great big long truck, and the whole box part of it, and then it had a shorter trailer behind it that was enclosed that was 2 axles. So it was still a 5-axle setup, but yeah, it was all enclosed. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, is that what you call an enclosed Stinger? Okay, I don't know anything about car hauling. I just asked because I only need something for the tail. I only need something for the tail of the trailer, but I don't want to be spending a whole bunch of money on trailer ends for basically barely any savings. I'm not sure what you pick up with that. So you've already got the Trans-Tech's side skirts and flaps. Another thing you could do is put your license plate up in the bumper. I did that to both my trailers. If you listen to Henry Albert, I think it's like he said those engineers came up with. It's half a gallon of fuel a day, I think. So it adds up. You have the Great Dane skirts, just some random pass-through flaps. Yeah, I got my flaps. I got mine at either Joplin or Oak Grove, Missouri. I can't remember, at the Big Petro there, and they've held on for. I've got whatever brand those are. I got the same brand on both my trailers. Herschel, hello John. Do you use an iPad for data use purposes in the truck? If so, does it work good for internet use for apps? I wonder if it does, and how crazy they charge mobile data on an iPad. No, I don't have an iPad. When I'm out on the road, I do everything with my phone. My phone gets a serious workout. I've got my logbook on it. I do, maps. On my YouTube, I do on it. Do my editing on it. So my phone gets a serious workout. That's the only thing I have for everything is my phone. So when my phone actually quit on me one time in San Antonio, and you don't realize how much you depend on your phone until you don't have it. I don't know. I'm not sure how much the trailer ends would actually save. I'll have to call them or something. Stinger is just the fifth wheel is almost on the ground. Okay. I have Great Dane skirts and some random plastic. I actually already did the license plate. Okay, cool. Best thing for fuel mileage is to change rear end gears and lower RPM and be slower on throttle movement when you have the big engine light runs when it's moving. Yeah. Yeah, I was this week, I'll probably just go out every other week this winter, and that's what I'm trying to slow down because, like I mentioned in that one video, fourth quarter I was running really hard, hauling a lot of heavy loads and everything, and this week I've slowed down and I got almost. I'd have to look on there, but it was my dash must be a little bit off, but I was up in for the whole week. I haven't looked at it. It's got to be close to 3,000 miles I ran this week, and I was up above 10 this week. And the load I brought home was, I think, 36,000. And then when I left last Sunday, I think it was only 11 or 12 degrees, and I was really driving into a hard west wind. So it's not been the best conditions either. I got 7 3/4 mile a gallon on a car hauler hauling diesel pickups over 80,000 miles, or over 80,000 pounds. I'm sorry. Oh, no, you mean 80,000 miles. I'm sorry. Over 80,000 miles. Usually we are at 4.5. Yeah. That's great for a car hauler because you always. Car hauler and a bull hauler usually seems like about the worst when it comes to fuel mileage. That's really good. Oh, I haven't even opened this yet. I was going to show you guys. I didn't get to send my oil sample in. If you've never seen what an oil sample looks like. So I guess this comes from, it got slow this week. They said it was delayed for weather. It says shipping department, diesel injection parts, 3600 South Noah Drive, Saxonburg, PA. So I guess this comes from Pittsburgh Power. I ordered it off of Rutherford's website, but let's see what it looks like. So I got to send my oil sample in tomorrow. So I bought a 5-pack this time. I think so. Yep. So this is how you do it. It shows you in the instructions on this bag what to do. Here's what your sample bottle looks like. And then you put it in the protective bubble wrap. And I'm not sure, maybe one of you guys know about this, but I've got the app on my phone, and I don't fill these out. But here's the little cards you can send in, but I do it all on my phone. What did I do with those mailers things? Oh, here they are. So you get these. Yeah, it goes up. Mine, I don't know if they have more than one lab, but mine goes up to Indianapolis. Maybe I'll do a video of how to do this. I know I'm just running on the fly. So you got five prepaid mailers, and you scan this thing. Let's see, which one do you scan? One of these, and it'll know, but I've got to switch my truck. You scan this with your phone, and it automatically knows this thing, and you go on your app, and it puts it puts it all on your phone, and then you just put in all the details. I haven't even opened that. You saw me open it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to switch trucks because this is the first. And oil. I always ran Dello in my other truck, and this one I'm running that Rotella. So I'm gonna have to switch all my stuff around. Anyway, I'm anxious to see how that oil sample looks because I have no idea with this truck. No, Kevin, I haven't. I'm gonna do that. That was a good thing about my other truck. It had just been the transmission and rear ends. I had all the maintenance files on it, and they had just drained the transmission and the rear ends at 500,000 miles. So I'd never touched my other one. But now I don't know what oil that oil they say to put back in the DT12 is kind of heavy. As far as what Freightliner says, I don't know if you guy could go with lighter oil or not. If the truck is set up wrong, it will. Most dealers won't spec out a truck with high-speed rears. Yeah, I think most of that is because of they always talk about the whole startability thing. That is one good thing about the Volvo. I think that's pretty cool. But we were talking about that before. I think about. I wasn't sure if you got the 216 in a Freightliner, if the first gear was the same. And it actually, I heard Henry saying that it actually is a lower. If you got the 216, it's a lower first gear in the transmission if you have a 216. So that makes sense. So I think that's probably your best bet if you're hauling normal freight. As far as the Freightliner goes, and on Detroit, I don't think the Cummins people will spec one that low. I think what they always talk about 250 is about as low as they'll go on a Cummins. Most trucks are at 75 mile an hour, attacking 1700 or better. Low RPM engines need to cruise at 1100. Yeah, at 75, I think on my truck I'm just barely over 1500, but I've only had it up that high not very many times. That's a good thing about having the E-Coast on the newer trucks is even when you're going that fast, especially when I'm coming back from the West Coast, going through Arizona and New Mexico and all that, you're going 75, 80 mile an hour down some of those hills and it's engine idling. So you don't have to worry about the RPM. I think at 80 miles an hour, my truck will actually put itself back into gear. If I remember right. I'll drive pretty slow, but downhill I'll let it go as fast as it wants to go. What else is happening? 9 people on here. I've been digging through all my goodies on here. I haven't had a chance to look out. What?
I was going to take this. But
oh, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Here,
I just prop it up with something else. She took my backstop. Oh, that's mine. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff from Amazon. I haven't even looked at it. I got anybody guess what this is? Have any idea what this might be? Bonjour from France. Somebody from France is on here, or at least they said bonjour. Toy donut for Gracie? No. Hardcore grinding disc. You're getting close. What do you think it's for? Wood? No. It's for It's for it's hoof. It's for it's a hoof disc. No, it looks like one, doesn't it? It looks like one it's not diamond. No, it's just little sharp things. This is to we've got a as we're getting stickers off. No, it's pretty aggressive. It's for grinding hooves down on animals. We've got a potbelly pig that are hooves are long, and that's what I'm gonna put that on a grinder, and that's what it trims them off. I saw it laying down there. You could probably use it for wood though. I don't know. It might be hard on cement, or the cement might be hard on it. No, I didn't bring it home from the truck stop. I wanted to get it. I wanted to get it closer. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, I made a video when I was down in Laredo, and there was one of those wild pigs right next to the trash cans. I don't know. I probably took a minute or two video with it. It's pretty tame. It lives off the trash there in the truck stop. I'm there all the time though, and it's the first pig I've ever seen there. I wanted to get closer to it, but I was like, I don't know how brave I should be. I said, like, I don't want to be one of those idiot people that always get close to the bears and moose and stuff at Yellowstone, and then they attack them. Herschel, are you still on here? I was going to tell him something I forgot. I don't know if he's on here, but anyway, he gave me we were talking this week, and that's what's hold on a second. Pulling oversize up Jerome Avenue in the Bronx on Friday night, and you'll see some wildlife. Yeah, I bet. Probably a rat the size of a loaf of bread through there. But now I was talking to Herschel this week. Got to run for ice cream, then bedtime. Got to be in Kansas City by 2 p.m. Be safe. All right, you too. Take it easy. Well, thanks for coming in here. But I was talking to Herschel this week, and I said I'd love to get back into tanker work for myself. And he said he knew a guy that did it, and gave me his number and made sure it was all right. That's a good thing about this is connecting with people. Then I talked to a guy that I used to work for. That's what the first job I ever had was pulling a tanker and hauling propane and gasoline, and talked to him and had a nice week of just interacting with people that do different things, and it was a good week for that. But I'm glad he mentioned that. But I think I can't do it. I think if I was to get hazmat authority, and if you haul propane, at least you got to have $5 million worth of liability. I think my insurance would be about 6 or 7 times more than what it is now. So that would be that'd be a big decision to make. I've talked to my insurance guy about it, and I'm trying to figure out how much more that would be. Well, he's kind of discouraged me. He said, "Aren't you doing all right with what you're doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but I said, "I'm always wanting to try something different." Yeah, my insurance would be 6 times higher than what it is now, and then I'd have to get hazmat authority, and you'd have to have a wet kit on your semi. So it'd be something else. But there's a lot of things around here, no more than 50 miles from my house, and I think I could stay busy with it. Maybe. I said I'm just thinking out loud, but it was nice to talk to people again about tanker work. I've probably done more tanker work than anything. I hauled carbon dioxide for 7 years. Every day. What about heavy duty towing around your area? Oh, there's just a couple guys. You talking about like, big heavy duty wreckers pulling semis and stuff? There's only a few, maybe 2 that I can think of within, at least 50 miles of here. I don't know. That's another giant money. Those wreckers are not cheap. I don't know anything about it. It'd be cool. That'd be a job where you'd never have a boring day. That's for sure. Does that guy you work for, he doesn't do heavy duty towing, does he? Oh, I didn't see Mike said at 80 miles an hour I get an angry email from safety department. Yeah, no, I don't get I don't get too many angry emails from my safety department. Nobody wants to get into it. Gosh, I don't even know. I mean, I'd say probably, we're talking, let's say new. Don't you think? Especially one of those rotators. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those big rotators is $500,000. You can't get into a semi now for 200, so I wouldn't be surprised if a brand new wrecker with a big rotator and everything's $500,000. It's good money though. That's kind of deal too. I guess you kind of got to have a yard to bring them, and be a pretty cool thing to get into. What are my thoughts on flatbed work? I considered buying a Conestoga, but they are 110 to 150. Wow, are they that much new? That's what I started out with. I had a real nice 53-foot step deck when I started my authority, and I did okay with it. But that's this crazy thing is, I make more money with my dry van than I ever did with my flatbed. It's all what's in your area. Wow, I can't believe they're that much money. Is that a step deck Conestoga? I can't imagine a regular flatbed would be that much, but maybe they are. I think about all the days, because back then I used to go to like Valley, Nebraska. I'd take stuff up to Menards in Valley, Nebraska. And then a lot of times I'd unload and reload right back there at Menards. And I remember tarping out in the cold, and a lot of times whatever had to be tarped, they'd put right on the front of the trailer. And a lot of cold nights tarping and a lot of edge protection. That's one thing. If you're going to have a flatbed, man, oh man, you got to have a lot of equipment. I had all kinds of carpet, and I carried 3 sets of tarps with me. I had 8-foot drops, I had 4-foot drops, and then I had some small ones. Just if I had just a small thing I had to cover up, maybe they might have been like, I don't know, maybe like 10 by 10 or 15 by 20 or something like that. I don't remember what they were, but then I carried, I'm trying to think here, I think I carried about a dozen chains and about 15 binders, dunnage, straps, edge protectors, like I mentioned, carpet. I had all kinds I had 4 toolboxes on my trailer. I had load levelers, had load leveler. It had the load levelers, ramps where I could take stuff off the ground onto the trailer and then on back onto the top deck. I had a beautiful step deck, but you got to have a ton of stuff if you're going to flatbed. But I was prepared for about anything. Anything you could throw at me in the flatbed, I could do.
Cocky pilgrim.
He has 2 rollbacks and looking at the Zack lift removable boom and tow bar. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that the thing where you can hook it onto a fifth wheel? Yes, they are. Got a rough estimate, and it was 110, and that was before they added all the bells and whistles. Low profile, 53-foot flatbed on a step deck. Wow. I cannot believe a flatbed's that much. I would go used. There's no doubt. I mean, even if you had to do a little work to it, I mean, it's about like basically these trucks. You buy a 5-year-old truck and you're basically getting it for a quarter of what it is new, and it's fine. You might have to put a tire or brakes or something like that, but my gosh, $110,000, it'd take a long time to pay for that thing. All aluminum spread axle. Is it a sliding spread? Mine was a fixed spread. And there's a funny story. I can't remember what I say because I talk about this stuff so much. How I found that sliding spread, yeah. So you could take it to California and everything. How I found that spread or that trailer was I was still pulling a tanker, and they had CBs still in the trucks, and they took them out years later. But I was going down the interstate, and that passed me, and he had a load of big air conditioners on it. And I got on the radio, and I said, I forget what I said to him. Something about his trailer. Asked him a question about it, and he said, "Actually, this trailer's for sale." I said, "Oh, is it really?" Because I was looking to buy one just like that. And like I said, it was a beautiful trailer. He used to take it down to Wildwood, Florida once a year and get it all polished out and everything. Had a big polished headboard on the trailer and everything. And he said, "Yeah, this one's for sale." And right just a mile or two ahead of us was a rest area. And I said, "Oh, that's." He goes, "If you want to, we'll pull in this rest area and you can take a look at it." And we did, and I ended up buying the thing. That's how I bought my first trailer. Going down the road, I saw it, and I ended up buying it like a month later or something. That was in Indiana, and he was on his way out to Seattle, and we did the deal while he was out on the road. And when we ended up getting back, I bought it. The problem is it's so hard to find a decent Conestoga. Nobody wants to get rid of them, and if they do, they're pieces of the crap, and the tarp is in total disrepair. Yeah, they'd be nice in the wintertime. The only bad thing about them is you couldn't do any oversize with them. I don't. Me personally, I would just, if I was going to do it again, I would just tough it, tarp and stuff. I wouldn't mess with them. Me personally, it's like all the city work and stuff I do. That's what my side of my trailers really get skinned up by tree limbs. There's just no way you can avoid it when you're going in a place that the truck doesn't normally go. I mean, your trailer is just going to get skinned up a little bit. I try to miss them, but do the best you can. There's a car coming down the road, and it's a 2-lane road. You can't run into them, or can't wait on every single car. So I mean, they get skinned up. I would think those tree limbs and stuff would be pretty hard on that tarp. I wouldn't mess with it if it was me. But I just deal with tarp. Tarps are a lot cheaper than all that deal. I know they'd be and then it all depends on what you're hauling too. I mean, yeah, it'd be awesome in the wintertime not have to mess with tarp and stuff. It clicks into the fifth wheel, and the mount behind the cab has 2 winch lines on the boom with an extended undertow. Yeah, that'd be a lot cheaper than buying one of those rotators. What do you think a full-blown rotator cost? I would bet it's $500,000. It's got to be at least $400,000. But I don't know. I don't even know if anybody around here has one of those. I mean, they've got a wrecker big enough. They've got a wrecker big enough to pull a truck, but I don't think anybody around here's got a rotator thing. You know what I've actually been thinking. I was like, my mind goes to, anybody that drives, you got too much time to think. I thought since equipment's so cheap right now, I actually have been looking at reefers. Just because where I go in South Texas and all that stuff, I can get out of there a lot easier and for a lot more money with a reefer. Prime's got actually a lot of nice reefers right now for decent money. They're just look at one today. They are 2019s, and the 2019s, and they've got about 12,000 hours on them for like $29.9, I think. And they're pretty nice trailers. Already got wide singles on them, skirts. You know, oh, you get all the maintenance files with it and everything. I don't see how you could go wrong with that because I don't think they've got any. I don't think equipment's got anywhere to go but up from what it is right now. The cool thing about low profile flatbed, rolls tight. You can fit it in any shipping container inside of it. Oh, okay. Only do reefer if you plan to set more than drive. Yeah. I used to pull reefer. I know what you're saying. That stuff seems to pay a lot more. I don't know. Like I said, if I don't like it, what's the worst that can happen? I sell it for that kind of money. For a 2019 with 12,000 hours on it, I mean, I don't know how. The thing's got a lot of life left in it. New $500,000, but a side winch and boom winches can do a lot as your as your farmer. You were born with the ability to use something for what it was never designed for. Yeah, I hear you. You can. Yeah, you could probably one of those deals where I know what you're talking about, like the block and tackle you can grab and kind of pull off the side and all that stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I said the company I'm leased to has told me many times that their reefers do not make any more money than their dry vans do. Wow. You just shot a bunch of holes in my idea for buying a reefer and making all this extra money. Only bad thing is I have had one. It's just like another truck to take care of, even worse than a truck because I don't know anything about refrigeration or anything like that. So I had one conk out on me one time and they were scrambling to get it fixed. I saw a load that with the Zack lift you can remove it in 15 minutes and the truck can pull a regular trailer. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, that if you're especially if you're not going to do like a ton of it. I mean, that thing's what do one of those things cost? I don't remember what I was saying now. Oh yeah, I searched like 300 miles from where I live right now, and there was a load picking up in Chicago going to Detroit that I think had 10 stops, and it was paying like $7 a mile. Because I wanted to buy a reefer too, and they said do not do it. And they have plenty of them for sale in the yard, so they have no reason to not want me to buy a reefer. Yeah, send me a link to it. I'll watch it. Well, rats. I know I got a friend that's got a reefer, and he says what he makes sometimes with it, and I'm actually surprised because I didn't want to say anything, but he was talking about he got a good load going out of this area, and I was thinking, tell me what it paid, and I was like, Oh yeah, because he came out of South Texas and had to go to Detroit with a reefer, and I think it was the same money that I made South Texas to Indianapolis. I was like, man, how could that be? You're sitting there running an engine, you got a chance this thing will quit on you, and I got my raggedy dry van. Oh, and we haul almost only hazmat. Okay. No, see, I'm glad I said something. That's the good thing about it, is like I haven't pulled a reefer in years. I was just thinking, how in the world could a reefer not pay a lot more money than a dry van? You roll up. Yeah. Yeah. Any of that LTL stuff, that's where the money's at with anything, I think, really. Can we get an update on the vaping and drinking deal? Yeah. Yeah, I'm drinking diet tea. I think I've lost a few pounds. I've been trying to watch my weight, and I haven't drank any alcohol, and she hasn't vaped yet. I just talked to her today. How many more we got? One more week, and yeah, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 more days in January. So the drinking and that vaping is going good. We haven't done either. Watching the championship NHL game right now and sharing it with y'all. Oh, cool. Chiefs versus Bills. That's not it. Oh, you mean NFL? NHL's hockey. If you were going to get hazmat authority and endorsement, then you don't have to get any more equipment. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. Then I won't have to get any. I won't have to change my equipment. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Herschel. I said I was on here. I was on here talking about you. I said I'm. Oh, what was his name? The guy the guy who gave me his phone number. We talked on the phone for like an hour and a half the other day. I was like, thanks for hooking us up on that deal, because I was glad to hear what he was doing with his tanker. I'll put you in touch with the Irish guy in Chicago doing LTL reefer and southeast Wisconsin. Is he making good money with it? I guess he is. Bills 10, Chiefs 14. Opens up more options for loads. Yeah, NFL. I was gonna say I've never heard a hockey team, the Chiefs and the Bills in the NHL. There you go, Fred. Yeah, yeah, Fred. We talked for over an hour. I know that. He was on the road. But yes, I think he's got a tanker, flatbed, and a reefer. I believe he said. So he's diversified. Human type. Oh, I'm a girl. I tried sharing. Oh, okay. I got 6 people on here. But yeah, my old Give. I said, see, I'm trying to get my face thinner. That's why I'm trying to lose weight.
What?
This guy said, you kind of look like Shane Gillis, dude.
Another person said that?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know. Elliot Harper.
Elliot Harper?
Mm-hmm.
To school with him.
I was like, oh man. I wish I had his money. I was like, I gotta lose some weight. My face is too fat. Yes, I've seen your videos before, I believe so. Yeah, I've been trying to put some more on there lately. Trying to put a few videos a week. Kind of like Stuart. Who's Stuart? He is on mileage and stops least a crowd, but customers always asking him when he is going to get his own, as they done. He's on mileage and stops least today. But customers always asking him when he is going to get his own. You know what? I've never been leased to a company, but there's probably a lot of perks. There's probably a lot of perks being leased to a company. I mean, you don't have to carry all that liability insurance, and a lot of them take care of your IFTA and give you a fuel card. And certain things like oversize, I think you're probably better off being leased to somebody. And if that's a big place, he might be losing money trying to go out on his own. Really, if they've got a really good customer base, he might be worse off. Oh, tip. Oh, that's cool. He's home every night and parks in the yard. Oh, you can't beat that. Tips and tricks for using Nastic. Just signed up. Oh, I'll tell you what I do is, I wish I could look at my phone, but that's what I'm using. Get on their map. This is what I do, and since I run a lot of the same route, I go from I run the same route a lot, like from Indiana to Texas, and so I kind of know where the cheapest fuel is. My cheapest fuel is in Illinois at these little they're called Mach 1 truck stops, and they're pretty smart. They've set them up on basically every intersection, like there's one in Mount Vernon, so you're going to hit it either on 64 or if you're getting ready to go down 57, because there's an intersection right there. Then they've got one in Casey, Illinois, on is that 74 or 70? I can't remember. But anyway, they've got one on 74 and 70 close to the state lines. So what I do is I just pull the map up, and then I click on them like I've talked before. I click on them and then just have it set up where the less IFA price, and just go through your route and click on those, and that's what I do, and that's where I pick how I'm going to fuel up. I just get on their map, and everywhere you can get fuel, you can click on it, and it'll show your price less IFTA, and that's how I buy my fuel, and that's about the only thing there really is. What is it? It's $500 a year, right, for Nastic, and I think I got fuel. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone. I said this thing's. I got on the app thing where you can see your savings, because it won't show you on your fuel receipt. It won't show your savings on the receipt. You've got to get on there and see what your discount is. And then on my fuel receipts, I always write down what what your cost is, and then I write what my cost is, and then I subtract it and look at my savings. But the other day, I mean, on 100 gallons, I think I saved $70 some on 100 gallons at the Petro down in Texas. Let's see. Stewart, the guy who teamed up with the trucker coach. No, I've never watched them. Coach screwed him over, I believe. Casey, Illinois. You way out here from Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah. If I'm going to Indianapolis, if I'm going up to Indianapolis, that's the way I go from Texas. Smart, thank you. What is your truck number on Let's Truck? It is 4161. I've got 4 trucks on there. The 4 trucks I've owned. So every time I add a truck, I go up numbers. So I got 1161, 2161, 3161, and 4161. 3161 is the one I've got most of my videos, and 4161 is the truck I've had for a little over a year now. But 1161 is my old truck. It's my 9400 International with the mechanical Caterpillar in it. Actually, one trip I can remember, my son was with me. We went up to the oil fields in North Dakota. I think I filled up in Rapid City, and then went up. I think it's Highway 85 to 94, unloaded in Killdeer, and then deadheaded back. I remember we had a nice wind behind us and fueled up in Bloomington, Illinois, and I got 9 miles a gallon with a flat top International and a mechanical Caterpillar. I couldn't believe it. That was the only time I ever got 9 miles a gallon with that truck. But I think I had, you can look on there, I think I put just over 100. I didn't have that truck that long, and I wasn't running near the longer miles I am now. I think I had that truck for just over 100,000 miles and it averaged 7 mile a gallon. I didn't think that was too bad for doing. I had a van and a step deck with that truck, and it averaged 7 miles a gallon for its lifetime. My Mach 1 is 333, and less if it is 257, yeah. Yeah, I think Illinois is number 2 in the country for fuel tax, so you really can't go by that sign price. Yeah, most of the time for me, I'm not saying it's everywhere, but Illinois at those Mach 1s is the cheapest fuel for me. When fuel got really high, though, when fuel in 2022 in the summer, I think Texas was my cheapest fuel. It didn't make sense to buy fuel in Illinois there for a while. But that's the only reason I do it. I know you're paying a little more, but I always did discounts. And which I don't care about that. All I'm looking for is the cheapest fuel. 318 per gallon. Still, stupid computer keeps on shutting off. Oh, 325 for 2024. You know what? I'm gonna get on mine real quick. Still not bad. I don't know. No, I'm sure that's not bad. I honestly could. I have no idea. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant for you. I was gonna get on here real quick and see what mine is. That's my truck. That's 4161. That's what I got for 2024. I have to look. If I can get on this thing. If I can remember my password. Let's see here. My trucks. You know, I didn't even know you. Let's see. Custom. Let's see what I did for 2024. January 1st. December 31st. So for 2024, I was 31 cents. And yeah, is that what you said? I was 325 average. But see, my average is going to be a little higher because of buying so much Illinois fuel. But yeah, 31 cents. So 100,000 miles, I had a $31,000 tax or fuel bill. Here we go. Pop-Tart Gone Trucking. I'm in a great mood. You're getting the rocks out of your beans right now? Just look up JZ6464 and you'll see why you should keep your rear ends. You got 228s, right? I think you followed me, didn't you? I think I saw your truck on there. JZ6464. I'll look it up here in a second. I'm fixing to shock me some pinto beans for dinner and enchiladas with pinto beans on the side and so dip homemade chips. Cool. In 99, I was getting fuel at Flying J in Tulsa, Oklahoma for 80 cents a gallon. I had a 425 Cat and a T600 and it was wide open. The good old days, 80 cents a gallon. Can you imagine? Only 8.26 mile a gallon for almost the exact same truck. Yes, I followed you. Rocks are the broken ones. 228 years. I'm a Southern girl. You said you're from the Carolinas? I know you said something like that. You were from North or South Carolina. Did you have any of the storm damage? Let's see, I'll look you up. 6464. Connections. That's pretty cool. You can get on here and look at everybody's stuff. I see it. Dang, you got almost the exact same truck I've got. Except your front bumper's white, mine's gray. Let's see. So you haven't had your truck much longer than mine. You got 136,000 miles. And you are 8.18 for 136 miles. Last 30 days, you're 7.94. Let's see your truck activity. There you had a good one. January 25th. Yesterday, you got 9.8. And you're heavy, too. You're in Nebraska? Well, I didn't know there was a Waco, Nebraska. Touchdown Chiefs, Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay. Mine is gray now too. Good old California driver ripped it off. So let's see. Let's see how heavy you usually are. So here's one 7.39. Well, you're running. You're not. I mean, you're running a heck of a lot. 2041's the score. I mean, you're running a lot heavier than me. You're running a lot worse. You're not. I mean, there's one in Houston. Well, you see, I mean, what do you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You said you're leased to somebody. Are you really that heavy all the time? My truck is getting great fuel mileage. Your truck's getting great fuel mileage out in the big shed since New Year's Eve. That's a good thing. Let it set if you can this time of year. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty nice. You got that local guy you can truck for. What's insane is my other truck is GM 6524 and it gets almost the exact same mile per gallon DD13, but it's deleted, so that helps a lot. Yes, most hazmat loads are very heavy. Wow. Yeah, you're running a lot harder country than I am. I mean, I'm on pretty flat ground. That's why I mean, what kills me is all the stops I make. But yeah, I mean, I'm on a lot better terrain than you are and a lot lighter loads. That's why I get good fuel mileage. And my trailer's really aerodynamic. That helps a lot. With our EFS discount, Pilot Circleville I use is $326 with discount. Without Ohio tax, it is $279. Yeah, the other day, when we were talking, your discount was better than mine. My NASTA discount. You have to use the tri-pack tomorrow to charge up batteries. Are you getting ready to go out or something? Or are you just going to start your truck up every once in a while? That's one thing I didn't know is, has your tri-pack got separate batteries or does it start off truck batteries? I've never even driven a truck with an APU on it, I don't think. Not that I can think. No, I haven't. That was something that wasn't real popular before I started with that tanker outfit. I started working for that tanker outfit in 2009, and I don't think, if I remember right, back then, not a whole lot of trucks had an APU back then. But yeah, Herschel, with your discount plan you're getting through your carrier's good, because it was cheaper than what I had, and I'm happy with mine. Is all diesel fuel the same? Does any brand make your truck run better or more fuel efficient? I don't know. We were talking about that the other day on the phone, and I said I don't know. I always thought there's those Mach 1s. That's a good question. I don't know. Those Mach 1s in Illinois, that fuel is almost clear as water. And I always told a friend of mine that I said I always think I get better fuel mileage at TA and Petro and stuff like that, the bigger chains. I'm not sure. I don't think it is all the same, because there's biodiesel, and I think most diesel now has some kind of bio mixed in it. So I'm really not sure. But no, not all diesel fuels equal. But I don't know which one's better than the other. That's the thing. But I always thought when I got fuel at Illinois and you got that really, really clear diesel, it looked like water, it seemed like my fuel mileage was always a little worse. Uncle Jim, good to see you on here. Get too many comments. APU are really good. We just idle nonstop. All the trucks, we don't cut them off. Whatever my drivers want to. Yeah, that's just idle nonstop at the trucks. We don't. Yeah, I don't understand. There's a lot of nice days where maybe it's all of the, like, what they call the hotel load in the trucks now, but it's like, see, especially Prime, one of those Prime trucks, back in next to you, the big engine will shut off, and then the second that engine shuts off, you hear that APU come on a day where it's really, I don't even think you need an APU. It's 50 or 60 degrees. I can sleep in that just fine. Starts off truck batteries. I start the tri-pack and heat up the coolant, fire up the main engine after an hour, and move her around so the mice don't get too comfortable. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I have a busy day. I've got to go. Good night. Bye, y'all. All right, Pop Tart Gone Trucking. Good to have you on here. And my screen just went black again. Oh, I'll look up your other truck. One thing I forgot to mention is JZ6464 has an APU, and I run every night. That affects the MPG for sure. About 30 gallons burned a week if I do a 34. Wow, it burns that much fuel. You ever thought about getting a diesel bunk heater? Just subscribe. Thanks. Good night. Oh, yeah, that would add up. I would like to have an APU for the, right, 0.3 gallons per hour. So basically, about every 3 hours, you're burning a gallon of fuel. Yeah, that would add up. That would definitely add up. So you ever thought about getting a little diesel bunk heater? I can't remember if you were on here, but mine messed up for some reason. It wouldn't fire up when I was on, and then one day I tried it and it started right up. But I got a little rebuild kit for mine. That's the glow plug. Yours gobbles fuel like a Ferrari. Yeah, but it's nice to have air conditioning though. I've got my little generator that I run off that room air conditioner. It's better than nothing. But yeah, there's a little socket. This is how you rebuild it. Hey Kevin, what's these two gaskets for that came with it? What do these do? Is there something that seals on the end of that bunk heater? I'm going to learn a lot with this thing. I've never had one apart. No, I can't figure out how this goes back in here. But mine needs a tune-up regardless. Even if it's working, it smokes too much when it starts up and all that stuff. My problem is I stay out for 1 to 2 months at a time, so I have a big freezer in here and all jam-packed with my food cooked by my wife, so it will drain the batteries if I don't run the APU. Yeah, that's what I wonder about the Prime people too, because I mean, like the second they park that sucker, I mean that APU, and you look at any Prime truck, and that APU has a gazillion hours on it. It seems like. So a bunk heater won't work for me. Okay. You won't be separating it, but if you did, you would use those between the blower and the blower housing. Okay. Okay. I wondered what those were for, because Trucker Josh did a video of him rebuilding his bunk heater, and he shows what he did. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Is that the guy up in Canada that's been doing YouTube forever? I think that's him, isn't it? Seemed like he was one of the trucking. Okay, that's one of like the trucking pioneers of YouTube. I can't remember. I've got all kinds of. I can't remember if I showed you guys this last one or not, but I got all kinds of stuff from Amazon. This is all the. I buy these. This is for steel wheels, all the valve stems. I can't remember. I know I talked to somebody about that. And then I got a whole bag. I got like, I think this is 100 valve cores. This is the way to buy stuff. And then I got, this is nice when you come off the road and it's like Christmas morning here. You got all this stuff that you can open up. And then I bought these for aluminum wheels. So I got all kinds of good stuff. Let's see how much those were. Is there 10 valve stems for aluminum wheels is $25. And I know like truck stops or whatever, especially like the Loves. I remember I bought some of the Loves one time, and I think they wanted like, I don't remember. It was a lot of money. Did I already show you guys this stuff? Where I bought it, actually, instead of using the cooking oil, seems like I already showed you this, but this is the little thing where you put your tire lube in here, and then it came with a couple applicators, so I don't have to use my turkey oil anymore, or I guess I could put turkey oil in though. And then I bought a gallon of actual, the real tire slick stuff. This is the company that, the Extra Seal. This is where I get all my patch plugs and the rubber conditioner and all that stuff. That's what I buy all my stuff through. Much cheaper to buy your tire stuff on the internet. So now I'm wondering if mine is not so great miles a gallon. Has a lot to do with always running my APU along with heavier loads and rough terrain. Well, I mean, yeah, it's all going to, contribute to your fuel mileage. I mean, if you're burning, what did you say, 30 gallons of fuel with your APU? Yeah, I mean, 30 gallons is a lot. Welcome back, Cheesecake. When does the beer drinking and screaming start? I'm off the bottle right now. Almost a month without drinking, so no screaming tonight. I guess I could still scream, but just won't be any drinking. I want to set up to sense a rapid drop in voltage, so on a cold day when you turn it off, engine battery voltage drops to 12.6 quicker. Mine fires up for 1 minute. Oh yeah, hey, would your APU not, is yours not automatic like Kevin's is? If your voltage gets too low, could it just kick on and then charge your batteries up and then shut right back off? That would be nice, so you wouldn't have to run it all the time. Careful with those valve stems for aluminum. I bought a bunch of them. I tightened the valve core in them. It would get stuck. Had to go with a different brand. Huh. I've never had any problem with them. I've been buying them for several years. I've never had a problem with them. The only valve cores I ever had a problem with is the counteract ones that have got the long thing in them. They would leak. Even with the counteract, I would run regular valve cores. I don't think I've got counteract in anything anymore. The glass beads, because I got tired of when I'd go to check a tire, those glass beads would get stuck behind a valve core and they would keep themselves open. Every time I would go to check them, I'd actually have to take the valve core out real quick and then put it right back in it. Where are you going?
Get something to eat.
Hey, can you bring me one of these teas in here?
Is there some in the fridge?
No, I'll just drink one of those warm ones. Thank you, my friend. Oh, so one brand of them was bad, huh? Now you got me worried if I. Glass beads, no centromatics, yes. Yeah, that's the same thing. I kind of gave up on the glass beads. They seemed like they worked, but I don't know. They were more trouble than work, it kind of seemed like. I have to see where I got these things now. You got me nervous. This says V-Pro brand, sold by Global Source AMZ. So I don't know. V-Pro, I guess that's the brand I have. I don't know. I've never had any problem with them. But like I showed in that one video, I usually take that, even with these new valve stems, I'll take that valve core out, loosen it up, and then actually use my little tool just to make sure they're seated in there good. Are they the same brand you always buy? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'd have to look. I never really paid attention, to be honest with you. I just buy them. I buy them off Amazon. I don't know where in the world they come from. Come from the land of China, I promise you that. I just give the valve a shot of air first before checking with a gauge to blow out the beads. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I was so paranoid about it. I always just took my core out real quick and let them blow out and then put it right back in because I was going to check them and put air in them anyway. But I'm pretty sure I don't think anything's got. I'm trying to think now if I put beads back in that other truck or not. I don't think anything I have's got beads in. I used to run them in everything. My drives and my steers, but then I got those centromatics that Herschel says he runs centromatics on all 3 axles. Can you tell difference running them on your drives? I don't have a whole lot of vibration, luckily. Okay. I wonder if they would do as good. I've heard that they don't do as well on wide singles because they're on the inside of it and they're not between the wheels like a dual would be. Herschel advised me to do that on the tribe site. What, run Centromatics on everything? Oh, that's one thing I love, KG. Are you on the tribe site? I just got on there a couple weeks ago. Oh no, blow air in first. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't. I probably will never run those things again. I heard the same thing about singles, but something is better than nothing. Yeah, that's true. So hey, I love KG. Are you on the tribe site? Like I said, I just got on there a couple weeks ago. Jim Williams says, got a video idea for you. Truck wash video. Since I'm not a truck driver, I think this would be interesting. Washing it at home or getting it washed on the road? Usually I only get my truck washed if I'm in California. And then I just kind of give it a, for lack for lack of a better term, I just give it kind of a whore bath here at home. Try to get the salt and stuff off of it. On the road, okay. I've got a picture. The last time I got my truck washed at an actual truck stop was in June, when I did that. When I moved those people. When I moved those people from Oceanside, California, back to Coleman, Alabama, I didn't want to look like a trashy trucker, so I stopped in Fontana, California, and got my truck washed at Little Sister's Truck Wash. They've got a they had a pretty cool thing. They've got a rotating brush that's the same height as your trailer, and they'll take it and actually brush your trailer the whole length of it. But it's expensive. I think it was like $120, something like that, to get the truck and trailer washed. So I don't get a whole lot of truck washes on the road. What is the tribe site? It's like a, I don't know. It's kind of like a trucker Facebook, but you have to subscribe to it. It's $3 a month, or it is $30 a year if you pay for it in the whole year. And then just a bunch of us that are into the same kind of stuff and are on there. You can post stuff, and he says they charge $3 a month just to keep trolls and stuff out of there. But it's kind of cool. But it's a good place to make connections and things, I think. Like I said, I've talked to Kevin on the phone and Herschel, and then Herschel hooked me up with another guy that's in the tanker business that I talked to on the phone this week. And it's a good place to connect with different people. Tell Jim to tune in around May if he wants to get it done at home. Yeah, I need to wash it. I've actually, some of my wife's family, he has a pressure washer, and I told him I'd buy it, great big one. So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna cut some wood. I gotta cut some wood this week. I have not cut one stick of wood this year, so I've got to get busy with that this week. I'm gonna be off this coming week, so that's what I'm gonna be doing, cutting wood. It's supposed to be nice. And down there, that's where he's got the pressure washer. My truck's filthy from running in all this salt and stuff. Down in Texas, they sprayed all that stuff on the road, and it everywhere. Yeah, I gotta do some bull hauling tomorrow. Not in the way you guys probably think. I actually got to haul one bull. Um, a friend of mine, he needs to. I'm gonna let him borrow my bull because I need to get him out of here anyway. We're probably gonna start having calves pretty soon. and I usually don't like to put my bull in until about Memorial Day, so I'm gonna do some bull hauling tomorrow and take him over to a friend's house. So I'm even gonna do some trucking tomorrow, just a little smaller scale. If you come up this way, John, I'll wash your truck outside my place. I use Chemex products. It's the best and most cost effective. Okay. You don't have to do that. That'd be, I guess you've got, it looks like you got a pretty big place there. I've watched some of that Chemex stuff on YouTube. Hey, Jim, if you're still on here, if I go to that Greenville truck show this year, you gonna go? You gonna be there? I guess they have. I guess they're having a truck show. They had one this past year. They're gonna have a truck show at the Darke County Fairgrounds. I think it's in August. Dan sent me a message when it's gonna be. But last time I was up there for David's birthday, we were talking about it. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to make it. I think it's in August. What a load of bull! Yeah. It kind of works out for both of us because I don't really have a place to separate him. I don't have a place to separate that bull, and then he needs a bull anyway, so he can just keep him till Memorial Day and feed him, and then I'll take him back. He's gonna get to see some new girlfriends. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to find a day. Like I said, I know Danny, he sent it to me. They had one this past year, and I think they're going to try to make it some annual thing where I think it's something for charity. But yeah, it's at I've never got to see the Darke County Fairgrounds either. I'd like to see how big it is, but I'm going to try to go. Yeah, but I think it's in August. I'll probably have the only plastic truck there. They might run me out of there. Yeah, I know. I remember seeing a flyer for it or something, and it was like a overhead shot of it. It looked really big. A little bit bigger than the Orange County Fair, I think. Just a little bigger. Oh, that's another thing I've got to do. I haven't even. Hey, have you heard anything about weigh-in this year? Yeah.
Huh?
Have you heard anything about weigh-in?
I feel like Burger said it was in March.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wonder
it's on like a weekday or something. Ask him about it.
Huh. Bigger than Orange County, if you can imagine. That's what I was just asking. We always have weigh-in. Usually it was. I know it was so cold last year. It was in January, wasn't it? Gibb? Last year wasn't it in January?
Yeah, I think so.
I know our road was really slick. We have weigh-in so they can do the rate of gain. Did they do that when you were in 4-H? So we weighed them in January, and then they weigh them when we take them to the fair. And yeah, last year we did it like late January. I don't think it's till March. That's another bad thing. I haven't even touched those calves, starting to break them yet. They're pretty tame. Oh, you didn't do weigh-in? Okay. So we've done it every year. This is last year 4-H. Yeah, it's kind of sad. But I think on my other channel I'm gonna make a calf breaking video, how I break them and stuff like that, because we've got a steer and a heifer out there that I have not even touched, never had a rope on them or anything. So I think I'm gonna make like a calf, how to get a calf ready, from breaking them to putting them in a chute, blowing them out, washing them. I think I might make a little series about that. because this would be my last chance. Unless I raise a couple calves for 4-Hers, but it sounds like this might be it. This might be about it for the beef in Orange County. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I've learned over the years the more patience and the more gentle you are with them, the easier they are to break. It seems like I put them in I've the little corral we've got back there. I start feeding them in there for a while, and they kind of get used to going in there, and I'll shut them up, and then I'll just take a show stick and just kind of get used to being touched, and then I'll just take the rope halter and take the show stick and drape it over their face, and don't have to put them in a head gate or anything. Don't have to pull them with a tractor. But I had them broke early last year. I remember Christmas Day. I've got a picture of him last year. I had him one in a grooming chute blowing him out. I wasn't washing them. I was just blowing them out and combing them every day. I wish they had that. I wish they had that nice hair in the summertime. How long have we been on here? An hour and a half. Got 7 people on here. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about? Oh, anybody have any video ideas? Anything they want to see? Gonna sign off watching Buffalo versus KC. Keep up the good work. All right. I didn't know you were a football fan. There's somebody that girl that was on here was watching or giving us score updates. What did she say? I don't remember. Too many people have typed stuff. All right, but thanks for coming on here. Lad back near where I grew up, he plays classical music all the time for his cattle sheds. Those cows are so calm. Milk is unreal. 2116. Yeah, my mom's brother on there. That's where he grew up at this place I live at now, and that's what they used to show cattle and stuff. I think they always had a radio and stuff playing in the barn. It's a big difference when they're born here and they never leave home, and then you take them up to the fairgrounds and little kids and stuff running around everywhere and a lot of new stuff. It takes them a couple days to calm down. Anybody got any video ideas of anything they'd like to see on here? I don't know. I'm gonna make an IFTA video. I still haven't filed my IFTA for fourth quarter, so I'm gonna make an IFTA video if no one's ever done that. And then, like I was talking about, I called the guy that gave me my first trucking job, and he only lives like where he parks his trucks. It's only 3 miles from here, and we talked on the phone. And I asked him if he would do a video with me. He's got an old Peterbilt day cab from the '80s that his dad bought brand new. They used to do oil and gas trucking, and he's still got that truck. It's still got the plaque on the glove box that Peterbilt special built for it. It's got a 444 Cummins and 444 rear ends, and he always liked red Peterbilts with Cummins motors. And a whole bunch of the trucks and trailers I used to pull are still sitting down there. Some of them are wrecked, but they're still there. So, video idea would be a story time about how you got into trucking, and that's kind of like what I wanted to do with him. I wanted to make, like I said, he gave me my first job. I was 19. We were talking about that. He said you were really young when you started. I was like, yeah, I had never driven a truck, and that's what I started, hauling propane and gasoline, and some hot oil for the asphalt plants. That was fun. That was a shotgun trailer that no baffles or anything in it, so you had to be careful with that. But that's what I'd like to get back into for myself. But I think I'm gonna have to go start knocking on some doors and stuff and see if I can get some work going. That's something I don't know because I don't even know what to charge for that. I don't. He said he used to charge by the. That's another thing I was trying to pick his brain about how he used to charge and all that stuff. He used to charge by the gallon. He said, but what he said was charging is not going to work in today's times. I mean, basically my insurance I think would be about $35,000 a year, and I mean one of those trailers brand new. You're talking like I looked them up. I think they're $180,000 for a brand new one, which I wouldn't get a brand new one, at least not right off the bat. But yeah, it's a big investment to get into that. But I thought I'd get into something different. So that's a good idea. That's kind of what I want to do with him. Anybody got anything else? Only 3 people on here. We've been on here for an hour and a half. So I might get off here if nobody's got anything else. But yeah, that's a good idea for a video, and that's what I don't think I'm going to be able to. He's in West Virginia right now. Or hauling frac sand in West Virginia. So I'm not going to be able to do it this coming week. I was hoping we would get to. Nothing? Alright, well, I see a couple people just hop back on here. Oh, I was gonna look at this guy's other trucks. Alright, well I think we're gonna sign off here. Nobody's got anything else, and thanks for everybody getting on here, and I guess we'll see you on the next video. See you later.